the first cards I ever bought based on the 62 season. I bought them in spring of 63 with my allowance. I could only afford 5 teams.
What was the really bad?
The Yankees,
Was it the 82?
the Indians,
Oh my
the
lord.
Reds,
Would you look at these?
the Dodgers, and I had my choice of the Giants, who were in the World Series, or a team that was a lot more fun, the Mets. So here's the 62 Mets,
Holy grail.
and these cards have been clipped to fit the current size. These were larger, they had big margins on them.
I didn't
So
know
I
that.
clipped them off
you-
and just totally destroyed their collector value.
Oh, who?
But they've got writing all over them because I was trying to figure out a rating system. I'm a kid who's like 12 or 13. A rating system that would predict how well these guys would perform. Because like lots of people, I didn't understand walks until I got these cards. Look at all these walks all over them. So what does this mean? You know, I was taught batting average, home runs, RBIs.
You know, they, believe it or
And-
not, the writing, I don't
know,
think it
it's
even
amazing,
matters.
right?
They're in remarkably good shape.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's not something you'd ever want to
Oh, I'm sorry.
be
Here,
without.
here you go, the great Elio Chacon,
Boy,
who was a Red the year before. The immortal Choo Choo Coleman.
Yes.
Why do they call you Choo Choo?
Why?
Answer, I don't know. Have you ever seen him run? Joe Christopher turned out to be a decent ball player. Jim Hickman turned out to be a
Jim
decent ball
Hickman, let me see that card.
He wasn't, you know, he was a good fielder. Remember he had those big ears at the end of the decade for the Cubs?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, here's Gil Hodges at the very end.
Gil
Rod
Hodges.
Keneal,
Gil Hodges, his last Strat card,
I think so.
pretty much, right?
Felix
Original
Mantilla,
Strat card.
who 2 years later became a monster for the Red Sox because he could hit fly balls over the wall. He never could field, but that's him. Charlie Neal, late of the Dodgers, utility infielder type. Starter Sammy Taylor just passed away not too long ago.
Interestingly enough, as a
Here's-
collection of individuals, there was talent in the 62 Mets.
No,
But
there was
Well,
not. There was
maybe a little past their
because
prime, but
these
there was
people were
talent
either
there.
before or after their prime.
And then somehow when
Here's
they got
Frank
to
Thomas.
the Polo Grounds,
Here's
it
Frank
fell apart.
Thomas. Look at Frank Thomas. Here's another guy. Remember the Polo Grounds had very short foul lines and a humongous center field. Frank
Yeah,
Thomas.
here's another guy with no talent. Sure.
Frank Thomas made a living in Forbes Field, which also had a very shallow left field and a gigantic outfield, hitting home runs down the left field line, okay? In the Polo Grounds, he could do the same thing. In between his time as a Pirate and his time as a Met, the Pirates traded him and Whammy Douglas and a couple other people to the Reds. And they got Smokey Burgess,
So here's
he's a
Frank Thomas.
prohibitively,
Here, he was a 5 at third base.
except they didn't have
And then in the
five.
new 62 cards, they're going to give him a 5.
They're going to give him a 5. They only went up to 4 back in.
Sure, sure. Well, listen, the new cards are updated.
Right. So here's Frank Thomas, and here's the immortal Marv Throneberry.
Marvelous Marv. And like I noted in an earlier episode, notice that the running over here, it's 1 to 15, maybe a little higher than what you used to
Yeah,
know.
that was +4, more or less. So
Correct. They didn't
I
also
went
have
through and
throwing arms.
retroactively re-rated them in pencil to be compatible with the later set. Baseball has been very good to me. My name is Jack Decker. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I came up here as a bucket list trip to celebrate the 1962 season when I got my first draft card.
Pleasure to meet you.